and welcome to our LakePoint Kids online family experience. I'm Ms. Rachel, and I'm whaley glad to have you with me today. Okay, perhaps that joke was a bit fishy, but don't get crabby on me. I'm so happy to see you, so I'll give you a wave. Did you pick up on anything there? Whaley, fishy, crabby, sea, wave? Yep, you've got it. I'm reading up on sea creatures. This summer is always a great time to learn something new, so I went to the library and found all sorts of neat books on ocean life. Have you ever been to the ocean? We live by a lake here in our community, but oceans are different. The water is salty, and in it live all sorts of creatures that we don't have here, like dolphins and jellyfish and octopus and shark and squid and seahorses and whales and so much more. It's going to take me a while to get through all these books, but I started with one on whales. And would you like to learn some whaley neat facts about whales? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, did you know that a blue whale is the largest animal on Earth, and it is longer than 3 school buses? It can weigh as much as 33 elephants. That's huge. And a blue whale's tongue alone weighs as much as 1 elephant. Its heart is as big as a car, and its blood vessels are so wide you could swim through them. A sperm whale has the biggest brain of all animals, weighing around 18 pounds. Bowhead whales are the longest living mammal on Earth, sometimes living as long as 200 years. Whales also have a unique brain where only half of it sleeps at a time. The other half of the brain stays awake and looks out for predators and helps the whales to breathe. I can't wait to read through the rest of my books to learn more. So now that you know all these neat facts about whales, do you feel a little bit smarter? I think so. You now have some new knowledge. You know, knowledge is a word that sometimes gets mixed up with another word, wisdom. People sometimes think they mean the same thing, but knowledge is like knowing facts or truth or having a skill or information about something. So like since you just learned about whales, you have some knowledge about whales. And knowledge is very important, but this month we're going to focus on wisdom. And this is what wisdom is. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. I'll count to 3, we'll say it together. 1, 2, 3. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. And who do you think would be good at giving us wisdom? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. If any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you. God gives freely to everyone and doesn't find fault. James 1, verse 5, Nerve. There is no one more wise than God, so it makes sense that we would look to Him for wisdom. And God wants us to have wisdom so much that He says if you ask Him for wisdom, He'll give it to you. All right, press pause, practice saying the verse 3 times, once while swimming like a whale, jumping like a starfish, and biting like a shark. So wisdom, what is that again? Well, wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. And our bottom line or focus point of today is, wisdom is worth searching for. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Wisdom is worth searching for. And here to join us in our search is John and Brandon.
Hello everyone, I'm Brandon.
I'm John.
And welcome to the So-and-So Show. What is that?
It's like a whale sound.
Okay.
I just think it's crazy, the sounds whales can make.
Oh no, it's true.
I'm like dolphins.
That's impressive.
Yeah. What does it mean?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask someone. Someone who knows stuff.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Come in, come in.
I'll just swim on over to ya. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Well, you can dock yourself right here.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for being on the show. Can you tell our viewers who you are and what you know?
Oh, certainly. My name is Janet Crusto, and I'm a cetologist. I study whales.
Now, what did I just say?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But it sounds like one of the ways certain species of whales talk.
Oh, wait, whales can talk?
That's what we think. Listen to this.
Whoa, those are whales?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're saying?
No, but I want to. Sometimes whales use that clicking noise to bounce the sound off other objects to learn where they are or to help find food. We call that echolocation.
Oh, so that's like sonar.
Well, look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Oh, why, thank you.
It's kind of like how bats find insects at night.
Yes, but we now think whales also use clicks to talk to each other.
That is so wild.
I know.
And how do you hear what they're saying? Like, how did you make this recording?
With something called a hydrophone. It's basically a fancy name for an underwater microphone. We can record all sorts of whale sounds underwater, clicks and songs.
Oh, songs?
Oh, a music fan, are ya?
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. This is my favorite part. I could listen to this all day, but I won't.
That is so beautiful.
Yes, that's from a humpback whale. These sounds can travel hundreds of miles. I can only make my voice travel a few hundred feet. And that's if I'm talking like this.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
I know.
It's crazy!
It really is.
Why are we still yelling?
You know, there's still so much we don't know about whales. And I'm very excited about that.
Wait. You're excited about stuff you don't even know?
Oh, yeah, of course. Just because we don't know something now doesn't mean we won't know it someday. That's why we gotta keep searching and asking questions and learning. Who knows? Someday we might be able to have a real conversation with a whale. Whoa.
You have no idea what you just said, do you?
No.
Okay. Thanks for coming on the show today, Janet.
Oh, you betcha, anytime.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, but now,
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Today, we're in the third book of the New Testament, Luke. God made a perfect world, but people turned away from God.
From the very beginning, God had a plan to restore us to relationship.
Even when the people turned away, over and over again, God remained faithful.
At the perfect time, God sent a rescuer in the form of a baby, God's very own son, Jesus.
Even though he was God's son, Jesus was born to an ordinary family in an ordinary town.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. Jesus grew up in an everyday family in a small town. His family had traditions just like families today do special things each year to celebrate holidays. Every year, Jesus and his family would travel to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover. During Passover, the Jewish people remembered how God delivered them from enslavement in Egypt. When Jesus was 12 years old, he journeyed to Jerusalem with his family, as usual. They probably spent the week with family and friends and very likely shared a special Passover meal together. At the end of the week, Jesus' family started the long trip home. But after the first day of travel, they discovered something. Jesus was nowhere to be found.
You told him when we were leaving, right?
Of course I did. Everybody knew.
Mary and Joseph had probably assumed Jesus was with cousins or friends somewhere in the group of travelers.
No one has seen him all day.
Did we really leave him behind in Jerusalem?
We have to go back, right now.
Mary and Joseph raced the whole way back to Jerusalem. By this time, 12-year-old Jesus had been without his parents for several days.
Any news?
Nothing. None of our family or friends have seen him anywhere.
He's got to be somewhere.
We haven't looked there.
The temple?
At last, Mary and Joseph climbed up to the temple, and sure enough,
Jesus, my son!
Jesus, have you been here all this time?
This young man has been asking us questions.
Pretty impressive ideas, too.
We're frankly amazed by what he understands.
Jesus, we've been looking everywhere.
Why didn't you tell us where you were going?
Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?
It's time to go home now.
Come back anytime.
Jesus returned home to Nazareth with his parents and continued to obey them. As he grew up, he became wiser and stronger and more pleasing to God and to people. The end.
Jesus is God's own son, and he looked for and grew in wisdom. Now, if Jesus did that, then it's definitely important for us to look for wisdom too. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. But how exactly? I mean, it's not like looking for your shoes. Instead, think of wisdom like a buried treasure that you're searching for. Wisdom isn't just being smart or knowing things. Wisdom is knowing what to do with what you learned. Like, you can know that eating veggies will help you stay healthy, but that information doesn't do anything for you if all you do is keep eating junk food. You actually have to eat the vegetables. You can also gain wisdom from your mistakes. Like if you put off studying for your test and then you run out of time the night before to review everything, meaning you end up with a poor grade, wisdom would mean starting to study earlier for your tests. You can learn wisdom from other people too, both from the wise choices they've made and from the poor choices they've made, teaching you what you shouldn't do. But most importantly, we can ask God for wisdom. Like our memory verse says, we gain wisdom by asking God. Then we'll know what to do, and then all we need to do is do it. All right, it's time to bring it home now with our small group time, so along with your parent, listen to today's instructions. First, talk about someone you feel is wise and give some examples of their wisdom. Then talk about an area where you would like wisdom in your life, and then pray to God and ask Him for it. All right, press pause, enjoy discussion, and then come back for the second set of instructions. Next, go searching for buried treasure. Parents, write out each word to the memory verse on a separate piece of paper and then hide them around the room. Have your child go searching for the papers and then put the verse together. If they need help, encourage them to turn to the Bible if they have an NIRV translation. Parents, now's the time to either scan the QR code on the screen or head on over to the LakePoint app to fill out our online connection card. Signing our guest book lets us know who is watching and helps us stay connected to you. It also allows you to sign up for our latest LakePoint initiatives and opportunities. So kids, while your parents do that, why don't you try to make some whale sounds? Just a reminder that you can go back and watch your favorite LakePoint Kids online family experience on our YouTube channel or on our LakePoint app in the Family Resources section. Thanks for tuning in today, friends. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Remember, wisdom is worth searching for.